I just feel good right now. I just feel good. It's hard to not feel good when you're on the weight street.
See, I'm back on my bullshit. Came a long way from school, bitch. We them niggas been banging and walking with full clip.
VIP's acting.
Cause these peons ain't stepping how my niggas stepping. Walk them down, but that teach them a lesson. I been kicking shit cool and got paper like Messi. Bitch, I'm
the win streak continues, baby.
I'm bigger and better, shit bigger than ever. Thought they was running shit.
Yo, I'm going crazy. Anybody else that's in here, subscribe to me, man. What up, y'all? Good morning. It's another great day to be great, achieve your goals, shoot for the stars, and be 1% better today. Right now, it's 8:13 in the morning. I'm setting up my charts, marking up my charts, getting ready for 9:30 or 9 o'clock before I jump on with the VIP live session. In saying that, we're gonna get to the bag today. Let's see if the 11-day streak continues. Well, it's 10 days right now. Let's see if we can make it to 11. But I'm calling it from now. We leaving with a bag. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, so I might not be trading on Juneteenth because it's a federal holiday, so all banks are closed. It means not much volume is going to be in the market. It doesn't make sense trading, so let's see what we get today. 10-day win streak, you can see 10 days back to back to back, man. Let's see if today becomes the 11th day. Good morning, family, man. Another great day to be great. Let's get this money today, man. I'm on a 10-day win streak. I'm feeling good. What you say, bro? Live with the VIP right now. It's a vibe today. It's a vibe. Okay, we finally got tapped in. I'm up about 150, 140 now. But we active, man. Let's see if TP gets hit. Let's see, 9:30. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, took it off right before it dropped. TP2. Oh my God. 11-day win streak continues.
Physically clear the London high.
After killing the markets today, it's time to go work out. Take care of my body. I'm gonna change that 1 on the board to a 2. Once I'm finished working out, I gotta work out, get my body right, keep my mind right, keep my head sharp, cause I just feel good right now. I just feel good. It's hard to not feel good when you're on the win streak. I feel good. Catch your workout, man. Already know what it is, gang. We about to play some game and work out at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone. Let's fucking get it. Workout finished. I feel good. I feel tired though. About to get another coffee. It's my coffee number 2 for the day. I'm gonna start working on the video right now that you're watching, so I can post it by the end of the day. If not, by tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna start working on it now. Then I gotta take a shower and get ready for work. The day continues. I'm tired right now. Just imagine after work, but you can't stop. The grind never stops. You just gotta keep going, keep rolling with the punches, and grind. So right now we knocking off the goals 1 step at a time. And that's all it is, really, just making sure that you're taking the small action steps every day to get closer and closer to your goals. Knock off those small little goals. You're chipping away 1 day at a time, chipping it away to your goals. You never know when it's gonna happen. You can't control the time it takes for you to achieve your goals, but you can do small action steps every day to get you closer and closer and closer to your goals. And that's all I'm really doing, knocking off these small action steps daily to get me closer and closer to my goals. It wouldn't be right if I made a video without dropping game. and giving you guys the value that you guys came here for, right? And what I'm about to teach you is wicks, and just really about a whole candle altogether, but mainly the wick. What you need to focus, what I focus on, and this is like the core fundamentals of how I trade. And if you want to trade like how I trade or my strategy, you have to understand how to use wicks, how to look at wicks, how to view them, etc., etc. And as I said, core fundamentals of how I trade is using wicks. So let's start from this candle on the right. This is the bearish candle. It's all red, right? Obviously it's a bearish candle. So in every candle we have an open, a high, a low, and a close. Every single candle has this basic fundamental. So in a bearish candle, we always open at the top. Why? Because price goes down and then it closes at the bottom. That's why it's a bearish candle, because price went down. So on this candle, you see that it opened up right here, and then it made a little high right here. You can see the wick was the high, then it pushed all the way down here, and it closed right here. But if you pay attention to this candle right here, this low right here, this wick, this is where price went to, but it was unable to stay here. So I had to close up here. We'll get back to that in a little bit. Now, if you look at this candle on the left, the right, it opened up here. This is a bullish candle, right? It's green, and bullish means up. So it opens at the bottom and it closes at the top. That's why it's a bullish candle. So it opened up here. It made a low down here. It made a high here, and it closed semi-close to the high, right? This wick is not extremely long and no capacity at all. And primarily, I look at the candles and how it looks like on the 1 hour or the 4 hour or the 15 minute, mainly higher time frame structures. Of course, I use the 1 minute to get into trades, but I don't look at the 1 minute wicks because there's a whole bunch of them. So if you look right here, down here, if you pay attention, this wick looks extremely long compared to the body. Down here, that means that there was a lot of buyers in this particular area that didn't want price to go lower, that they were strong. There's a lot of active buyers in the market down here at this low, and they push price back up here and it closed here. So let's call this a 1 hour candle. In the 1 hour, we pushed all the way down here, but it was struggling to stay down here because there was a lot of active buyers down here, and then it closed here. If you look over here, it's the same thing. Price came down here, the buyers were strong, and then pushed. It made a low where the buyers were strong, and then it pushed all the way up here. There was a little bit of sellers here, but the buyers were still strong. You can see that the candle closed closer to the wick than further, like this one on the left hand side, which means that the buyers are very strong. They're still active and they want price to go higher. The sellers don't want them to go higher, but the buyers are in control still. You can see by the length of this body in comparison to the wick. And if you look at this candle right here, it's the same thing. It's the same body almost as this one, but it has a longer wick. As I said, let's take this as the 1 hour. From the 1 hour, it started down here and it made a huge push all the way up here. But there was a whole bunch of active sellers right here that didn't want price to go higher. So they pushed price down here and it closed right here. So whenever you look at candles and you see it has a long wick, especially on the 1 hour or the 15, like higher time frame, that means that for the whole hour, price has been struggling to go higher. You can see that the sellers, the active sellers here, were winning. They were in control, and they took it back down. So in areas of supply and demand or structure areas, I covered structure in the last video, but I will definitely make a video about supply and demand. Supply and demand is kind of put it together like the structure with the wicks. I'll make a further video about that in the next video or next videos to come. But here you can see that price could not go any higher, which means that there's a lot of active sellers right here. And when you see these in like areas of interest, supply and demand areas, that means that the sellers are in control here. Especially if we have an active area of interest right here, there's a lot of sellers build up right here and they want to take price back down. Now let's look at this candle. This candle started up here. It opened up here. No, it opened up here. This is where it opened because this is a bearish candle. So it opened up here. Price pushed all the way up here. Let's call this an area of interest right here. We have an area of interest right here. And when price pushed up and hit that area of interest, there was a lot of active sellers in the market. Because you see the price pushed up, there was a lot of buyers to begin with. Let's call this a 1 hour candle. The buyers started losing when they hit that area of interest, or just let's call that candle just the buyers were active here. But we only take trades off of areas of interest. That's why I keep mentioning it, because if it's not an area of interest, you shouldn't be taking a trade, because you're just taking a trade in the middle of nowhere. It's like trading in the middle of space. You want to take a trade of an area which would make sense, an area that you can catch a reaction, an area that when price went to it the last time, it had a reaction. That's why we call it an area of interest, supply and demand, aka supply and demand. So let's say it went to this area of interest and the sellers were here. They were strong. They did not want price to go any higher, and they pushed price all the way back down, and it closed right here. That means for this whole 1 hour candle, the buyers tried to win, but the sellers inevitably took over. So let's go to the one right here on the right. Let's call this area of interest is still here. It's still here. And this candle pushed all the way back down, and then it pushed up. When it gets back to this area of interest, we're still looking for sales. Why would we be still looking for sales? Because the last 1 hour candle, when it hit that area of interest, the sellers took over. They were winning. They were fully in control. So we know when price gets back to the same area, we can expect that the sellers are going to still be in control. That doesn't mean that they will, but we can expect that. If it happened before, it can happen again. And that's what happens in the market. The market is a bunch of repeating actions or repeating patterns. And the more you watch it, the more you get chart time, you'll see the patterns over and over and over again. It does the same thing every day. It doesn't look the same, but it's the same kind of structure, same kind of way that it moves every single day. You just have to be keen to look at what is happening in the market. And when you see a bunch of different structures, a bunch of different market conditions, a bunch of different time zones, a bunch of different candles on different time frames, different structures and different time frames, you'll start to build a mental pattern, and you'll start to understand how much or what you've seen, because you have a database of different market conditions in your head, because you've seen it all. And when you see it all, you'll know the pattern. Your pattern recognition is built over time. Comes with chart time. But price drops. I'm expecting price to drop back down from this area. Let's call this candle right here. We started down here. No, we started here and we made a big push down. You could see that the sellers are fully in control on this candle, because not only do we have a small wick at the base, but the body is huge. The body is huge. That means that the sellers were strong. There was a whole bunch of sellers that just wanted price to go lower and lower and lower. All of their market orders were getting eat up. So that's the simple fundamentals of how I use wicks. I use wicks to see like who are winning. If we see a long candle wick, especially in the area of interest, we know that first of all, we're getting a rejection. 2, the candle is exhausting, because whoever was in control, let's call it the buyers were in control on this candle. They're getting exhausted. They're not as price keeps going higher and higher and higher. There's not enough people that want price to keep going higher. So the sellers are there and they want price to go lower. So they're not in control anymore. So that's how I use the wicks on candles. I use the wicks on candles to see who's in control, to see how I can even get into a trade, or let's see if that area of interest is really an area of interest. Because if price went there once and it rejected and goes there twice, and you could start seeing the formation of a wick, like say this is an active candle and it pushed up here and then we can see the wick, the body's just going back down. We know sellers are there because they were there the last time, so they're still there. They want price to go lower. So all you do is look on the 1 minute. The 1 minute is how I enter. Look on the 1 minute, look for a break of structure, and you get in.